let's go to another very interesting part of the country, the kind of the east and southeast area of the world, and let's bring on Matt Miller and Darren Cunningham. Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
Hey, Dave. Nice to see you.
All right.
Hi,
Well,
Dave.
hey, Mr. Miller, let's start with you. Give us a little
Oh,
intro,
Mister.
if you would.
Mister's a hard one to follow up, right?
Well, it's a respectful connotation.
There we go.
There you are.
Yes. So I'm Matt Miller. I am the regional claims manager for Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky.
All right, Darren.
Yeah, I'm Darren Cunningham. I'm Regional Claims Manager for Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Mississippi.
All right. Thank you, fellas. And since you're already on screen there, Darren, let's start with you. Can you give us a high level overview of kind of how planning has gone this year, what conditions you're seeing, any generalities that you see in the region?
Sure. Uh, Planning progress, I actually pulled some data, and it's pretty well on par with the 5-year average. There are some abnormalities. Peanuts are a little behind in Arkansas. It's showing 20% with their 5-year average of 44. Uh, Soybeans are actually ahead of schedule a little bit. Arkansas is showing 69% planted versus a 5-year average of 55. Missouri, 40%, where their 5-year average is 29. So we're a little ahead on soybeans. Cotton, you mentioned earlier, Missouri is actually ahead of schedule, the only one I could find. It's
Hmm.
showing 54% versus a 5-year average of 37. Tennessee was actually right on par with the 5-year average. So again, it's kind of the same story. Where you're standing makes a big difference. Uh,
Yeah, no,
the,
absolutely. Now, just following up with you here for a sec. So, what were the conditions? I mean, I think I know the answer to some of this in some areas of your region, but the conditions that farmers had to the challenges that they had to deal with going into planning.
yep. Pretty much, my region is a tale of, with one exception. North Missouri is actually a little on the drier side.
Yeah.
Anything from central Missouri south has been extremely wet. I pulled some rainfall just in case your listeners would be interested.
Yes, definitely.
I pulled March and April rainfall for different areas. Starting in the south end, South Louisiana was 13.26 inches for those 2 months. If you move to North Louisiana, it didn't get much better at 12.87. Moving into Arkansas, South Arkansas, 12.5. When you get to North Arkansas, it jumped to 16.32. So that's a lot of rain in 2 months. And then, of course, the winter was Tennessee, 19.22 inches for those 2 months.
So reconciling those two numbers, so you got planning progress generally. I'm overgeneralizing, I know, but you going relatively well or keeping up with average, and then you have all this rain that happened during that time. So it seems like farmers been able to manage it pretty well. I mean, to the extent that they could.
For the
Was that a
most
true
part,
statement?
yeah,
Yeah.
it is true for the most part. Claims wise, we have quite a few more replants than we do prevent plant currently. I expect that number to probably flip flop later. It seems like for whatever reason the PP is not coming in as strong as we thought it was, and
Hmm.
obviously the if you look at the planting data, that there's a lot more that got planted than we thought. So yeah, they're just making it work. From what I can tell from being around the area, it's the higher, drier dirt that they're getting planted, and pretty much anything low lying and next to a river is still fallow.
Just
So
still gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Mr. Miller, same question to you. Give us kind of an overview of your region.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to take one from Darren, and he mentioned the amount of rainfall that Tennessee had. We obviously had the same amount of rainfall in Kentucky. So, starting with Kentucky, really on the western side, where all the rain fell there in the middle to the end of April, with 12 to 15 inches, depending where you're at. Um, Surprisingly, we were able to make some progress in May, getting some corn and soybeans planted. A little bit behind. Still, the backwater areas is still wet. Obviously, a concern with prevent plant corn growing with the forecasts that we have now until the end of May. The next 2 weeks look pretty wet. But the high ground's been planted, crops up. Going over to Southern Illinois. Illinois is kind of the same as Southern Indiana and Southern Ohio. It's hit and miss.
Mm.
Have had a lot of pesky rain, not a lot of rain, but just enough to keep you out of the field. Think it's going to get dried up, and another rain shower comes. It's the tales of haves and haves not.
Yeah.
Some have had too much, and some have made progress. So you never want to end a conversation on a down note. So let's move up north, right? So Northern
Let's do.
Illinois.
Yeah.
I saw a map yesterday that Northern Illinois, the subsoil moisture is actually very low. So obviously, with that happening, a lot of planning progress made. I know Illinois is right on track with a 5-year average, but hearing a lot of folks done. Interstate 70 north, maybe not quite 70 further north of that, but all the way up into Northern Illinois is great progress. Same with Indiana, especially on the western side. Eastern side probably a little further behind, and then Northern Ohio, there is I would say 30 to 40% corn, 30 to 35% beans. Just it's been cold is really the main takeaway. Cold and damp. Again, not a lot of rain. There's areas that have had a lot, but once it dries up, I really think that we'll get some progress and get the planters rolling. And then last but not least, Michigan. Being told that 95% of the sugar beets are planted. Our writing area is really up in the northeast corner of Michigan and then the southwest corner. Tale of two different states there again. Southwest has been just a little bit wet, but the Northeast has been dry, and they've made good progress. So,
boy, that's fantastic. Well, I'll stay away from the word fantastic, but very encouraging to hear. Right? I mean that.
Yeah.
Just with the challenges that you and Darren have and your teams and the agents and farmers in those areas have had. The progress being made, the resilience that's happening, that's very encouraging.
Yeah, you hear just as many people being close to done, 3/4 done, half done, to haven't turned a wheel yet. So it's hard to put a real number on where it's at. But the surprising part is we're not into the replant numbers that we normally are at this time. And the other realistic part is we're getting close to the end of the final plant date for corn, especially in Kentucky and Southern Illinois, is raised some eyebrows at this point in time, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. So, kind of the same question, but from you that I've asked some of the other guests, some of the other guys is advice, important things that that folks that are listening need to know, or things that you would tell them to look out for. And this is to both you guys.
Yeah, I'll jump in first, Darren. Replants, obviously, make sure you turn your claim in, talk to your agent, talk to an adjuster first. If it looks like there's going to be prevent plant, talk to the agent, get your options, get your claim turned in, and the adjusters are very knowledgeable and options that you have and what you can and can't do.
Gotcha. Yeah, Darren.
Yep, I'll echo the same thing and maybe add, don't forget your landlords. A lot of times we'll get the tenant turned in and forget the landlord, and all of a sudden it's December and they're like, oh wait, he had a claim. So
no, good advice.